I promise the funk, the whole funk, ain't nothing but the funk.
All right. If you're in sales, if your ass is in sales, you can't have the dragon. What am I talking about with the dragon? If your ass is in sales, you are not allowed to have a dragon breath. The dragon breath, yo, I done ran into too many salespeople with the stinky. And, I have the opinion that everyone's breath stinks. Once you get to a certain age, and I say a certain age, even children have the stinky. And why is it that people have the stinky? It's because it is an open wound. The reason why people have the stinky is because it's an open wound. So there's no getting around having a stinky breath. Now, of course, you can be a person that goes crazy with the pill popping, meaning, Altoids, fucking Mentos, spearmint gum, and all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Listerine and whatever to try and stop the funk from being capital, but there's no getting around a stinky breath. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a person that don't go bananas on taking care, or quote unquote, taking care of your teeth and your mouth, then yeah, you're going to have the stinky. But when you are in sales, you're not allowed to have a stinky breath. You supposed to have some sort of breath control, at hand, on deck, at arm's length at all times. And the shit that I just experienced with the guy that was helping me with my fucking phone, and it's crazy because when I walked in there was, a coworker of his, which was a woman, and this is a fairly, handsome guy, if you will. But this chick, she was like a regular chick, but she had this, scowl on her face. And now I feel like maybe the scowl was because, see, before I walked in there, they were having a conversation. So, I was wondering, like, what's her fucking problem? Is she looking at me like this? Like, what's, but, it's like, okay, because, when you go places and, people hate to be clowned or talked about on the low or laughed at, people have that thought process. Like, people don't like to hear others laughing or smiling and know they were talking, but they were not a part of the conversation. So you just automatically assume they talking some kind of weird shit about you, even though you beautiful or whatever the case. That's just the insecurity that the world has made people feel like when, don't put it like this. No one likes to be clown. No one likes to be no one wants to not be cool. Everybody has to be the cool guy. So anyways, she had this look on her face. It's like, what's her fucking problem? Why, while the dude was helping me? And it's funny because the dragon didn't hit me right away. It's like it took a minute to gain power. And once it gained full-fledged power, man, that shit hit me like a ton of bricks, nigga. Like, and he helped me out tremendously, and I was very thankful, but at the same time, I was melting. So it was like, I was torn between being offended that this nigga breath is, killing me softly, not killing me softly, killing me hardly, nigga. Like, geez. But anyway, I have the thought process that everyone has the stinky. Now, there will be some people that say, yo, my breath never stink. My breath is always immaculate. Yeah, that's because you're on top of it at all times. You know what I'm saying? If you're on top of it all times, which people, of course, in today's society with so many hygiene products, you feel I should be on top of my breath all the time. But you got to think about all of that shit you're putting, in your system, or, it's just like you can't constantly, attack your body with all of these different chemicals and products and so on and so forth. So, but it's just funny because you just realize in dealing with human beings, it's impossible to have delicious breath 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? I challenge anyone to have it 24 hours a day, all day, every day, 24/7. That means 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, the people that you deal with, they probably know you as Fresh Breath Frank, but some people might know you as Funky Breath Frank. You know what I'm saying? Depending on their relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? If it's your kid, or if it's your woman, or if it's your, if you with these people all the time, they catch you slipping. And again, that's the thing. There is no real slippage here because it's an open wound. So, it's just like you talk about a bitch with a stinky pussy. Like, yes, technically speaking, she can have a fresh pussy and a pussy that doesn't really smell. And, I like to call it the clear pussy smell or the clear punani smell. But there's no way it can always be fresh to death because, again, it's an open wound. So how could that happen? It is just not logical. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, I mean, because like with your mouth, especially, you're constantly stuffing pies down that shit and all kinds of garbage. So, and your mouth goes down into your body, which is doing all of these things. I mean, you actually shit in life on a daily basis. So that's in there. So, with all of that, dirt and funk and, all of those stuff and things that's going on inside of you, no way that your breath can always smell like, freshness. The fresh morning dew or some shit. Just impossible. But anyway, I just wanted to come through, hit it with that quick thing because I just had that experience, and I didn't said it before because, it's just weird because you experience it and you act as though this shouldn't be. How could it be? But that's why I said people in sales, it shouldn't be. If you're in sales, it shouldn't be. But, the bag lady or the bag guy, if he's bagging your groceries and he happens to say something and his breath is stinky or her breath is stinky, you know, they get a motherfucking pass, because there's no need for you to be having, you know, long form conversations with them. There's no need at all. So, you know, that's cool, but sales agents, sales representatives, and all of those guys, I need you to be on top of things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's funny because I'm thinking about when I was a kid, and one of the times that it was like morning time and my dad was taking us to school. Like, he would take my half brother, my younger brother, to school, to his little private school or whatever. And this is where the funk, you know, took hold of the entire interior of the ride, of the car. And it was just like, God damn, nigga. And you a kid, and as an adult, they're bigger than you, so they're always talking down to you. So his shit was like razor sharp, you know, just slicing my entire nostril cavity up, nigga. And I was like, geez, like this is some uncharted territory funk in the breath that I had never experienced in my life, kind of shit. So, and it was like, nigga, what is you doing? And it's funny because he had the stinky breath and he had the look on his face and mouth to go along with it, because again, it's early in the morning. So I think he had just got up, and you know how you jump up out of bed like, let me do this real quick and then get these kids out of my hair kind of thing. So it was on ultimate fighting power type funk, but that shit was crazy. And then, of course, you know, that wave of funk put me on to like looking outside of the world, or outside of myself and at the world of funky breathness. And like, you know what's the most offensive thing? I'll tell you what the most offensive thing is in funky breath history to experience. A beautiful woman with a stinky breath, or stinky mouth. And it's the stinky mouth like, damn, have you never brushed your teeth in your entire life? And what's crazy about that, you will find people with stinky mouths and they have beautiful teeth and everything. And it's like, how did that happen? But again, how did that happen? Because no matter how much you dress your mouth up and how beautiful it looks, it's an open wound. Never forget that. It's an open wound. So, you know, the Brat's first album is always coming at you hard. You know, motherfucking 5 mics type shit. For all of y'all that didn't get that reference, the breath is always going to be funkdafied. But all right, funky breath 101 for, you know, customer sales agents. Like I said, get your shit together. Keep it spearmint and minty fresh, peppermint styles. I holla.